Hello everyone, welcome to Zimmy's Simple Designs. I'm Robin, and if you see the little red live button, that means if you're watching me live. If not, hashtag replay and tell me where you're watching from so I can comment back to you. Welcome you to my page. So let me see here if I can find myself. Here we go. Turn this down. So wait a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am making a wood birdhouse. I've got a little roof will go up here, and then I've got two cute little birds that will go on here, and these are their little beaks, and I got a little sign. So we're going to get started making this. First, I'm going to wax. I've waxed everything else, all of the other pieces. The only thing I have left to wax is the birdhouse. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I just use a little pillar candle from Dollar Tree to do all my waxing. It works great. In fact, mine's all worn down, as you can see. I'm just going to do as much as I can, the edges. All the edges and the top of it. So, how is everyone tonight? Hope you're having a good Friday. Mine was good. Got a couple of things accomplished. So I'm just going to get this all waxed up. And that way, when I really like the chippy look, so this makes it easier when you go to sand, and it sands off much easier. The wax kind of puts a barrier between your surface and the paint, so it comes off when you wax really, really easy. So anyway, I am going to, and I don't know if anybody watches me very often, but I use most of the chalk paint I use comes from Nicole with Afraid Not. She makes her own chalk paint, and I usually use her paint. I love it. So, and I'm using, for the birdhouse, I'm going to use olive, and for the roof and one of the birds, I'm going to use Crazy Crow. The other, for the little sign, I'm going to use Tortoise. For their little beaks, I'm going to use Gold Nugget, and for the other little bird, I'm going to use Rusty Bell. So, come on in, everybody. So, anyway, we'll get started. So, I got some other little things I'm going to have my husband cut out. Some other wood projects. This one, actually, I did this birdhouse years ago, and I'm just kind of not really changing it up too much other than some of the paint colors, but I just loved it. It's just a cute little wall hanging. others that he's gonna cut out for me, and hopefully, that wasn't good. Hopefully, do them on another live. So, how are you? Is everyone? I hope everyone had a good day. So other than that, I really didn't do much of anything. I did get some Christmas trees painted. Actually, one set, I don't have them painted yet, but I used the Home Depot's, hi Dee, is that your name, Dee? Dee's Flips, right? I don't know why I'm not seeing comments. Oh, there we go. Hi, Grace. Okay, I wasn't sure. You have inspired me to make some things. I see some of the things you've been posting and I just love them. In fact, I was in Dollar Tree the other day and I got some of the funnels. So I'm going to try and, thank you. This is Olive. It's chalk paint from Nicole with a frayed knot. That's the only paint I usually use is from her. It's excellent. She makes it herself. It's wonderful paint. But anyway, but I was saying that I was in Dollar Tree. Yeah, I got some of those funnels, so I'm going to try and make. I was hoping to get a couple of them. I bought 2 sets of them. I'm hoping to get a couple of them made to put in my craft show. I just thought they were so cute and rustic. I just loved them. So, anyway, so that's for that part of the birdhouse. Let's see, for the top part, this piece is actually going to glue to the top of it. So for this part and the chimney, I'm going to use Crazy Crow. And it's not a black, it's kind of a brownish black. I love it because it kind of reminds me of like that aged black instead of a real dark black. I use it a lot, especially when I stencil. Oh, you didn't? I got that recipe from, I think her name is Tracy, the one with the coffee and cinnamon and the coffee, cinnamon, and vanilla. And I did a whole bunch of fabric. And my husband was out in his shop, and he came in and he was like, wow, that smells really good. What are you making? I said, well, it's fabric. I'm drying it. And he's like, wow. He says, that smells really good. You like that. He says, can you burn that every morning so the house smells good? I was like, okay. Hi, Marianne. Kind of dry. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to see this. Just kind of blends in with the color of my wood. Oh, made you a little nervous. I kind of get a little nervous. When I was doing it, I seemed like I was continually running back to the oven because I didn't want to burn it. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to burn my house down or burn the fabric all up and all that stuff. Down in here. And I do, when I did stain all these, I pre-stained everything, and I use Min Wax Dark Walnut water-based stain. That's usually the color I use. I can't handle the oil-based stains. They're just too, I have to stain in my house and the smell just gets to me. So I usually use water-based. And I think it does just as well as the other. Anyway, so what kind of plans do you guys have for the weekend? Tomorrow, I will be babysitting my youngest grandson. So I'm going to be busy, because he's a busy little boy. He keeps me on my toes. He keeps his mama on her toes. But it's fun. I love it. Love having my grandkids around. So later in the week, I'm going to watch my oldest grandson for a couple of hours. His mom has taken his brother to a doctor's appointment, and she asked if I would babysit. Other than that, I don't really have a lot of major plans. You guys eat anything good for dinner? I just ordered a pizza from Domino's. On Friday nights and Tuesday nights when I go live, it's kind of quick and easy, so I don't have a big mess to clean up. I'm going to move that out of the way before I get something all over it. I'm going to do this other little bird. Like I said, I've done this before, and I had it up on my wall, the other one. I thought I'd show you guys that one. I was hoping to have enough people on here to maybe do a drawing, some Happy Mail. I know Friday nights are kind of a lot of people like to go out, and of course football games and stuff with high school and all that stuff with school back. It's kind of hard for people they're kind of busy. I think I might dry that and put another coat. I'm going to turn my glue gun on, because I will be needing that. I think I'm going to put another coat on here. So how are you ladies doing? Like I said, I've been trying to work on getting some Christmas stuff done. Doing a couple of craft shows. Got one coming up here in a couple weeks. So that should be fun. Put another little quick coat on here. I am going to sand it, but I think on the Birdhouse I am going to do a little dry brush of this vintage lace, just to give it a little something different. I like the old weathered look. Chippy. There we go. Okay. Let's just push this out of the way and look at these other little pieces. I'm glad you guys are here tonight. Because I know Friday nights are kind of a tough night. Let me see if I got a different brush I can use for this other one. And I'm going to use Rusty Bell on this other little bird. Let's see. I don't need a very big brush. Actually, this brush probably works just as good. I know this is not fun watching me paint. I'll try and hurry. Well, my husband is now officially retired. He worked his last day yesterday, which was only a half day. So we're both kind of excited and nervous and all the things. So now he'll be home to help me out, maybe cut some more wood pieces for me. And hi, Yvonne. What am I making tonight? I'm making a birdhouse with some cute little birds on it. How are you tonight, Yvonne? Looks like you've been busy making the graphics for all the events. It's exciting. 10 events that this group has hosted. That's exciting. Hopefully you'll have many more. I'm doing good. Had kind of a quiet day, but got a few things accomplished. All right. So we got our little bird painted. Maybe just that little paint. All right. And move that one out of the way. Let it dry. Then I got these are two little beaks for the birdies. And I'm doing them in gold nugget. I have a cute little snowman with a reindeer that I'm going to have my husband cut out for me. It's adorable. I'm kind of excited to do that one up. That should be fun. Of course, I love snowmen. I love to paint them. I went into Hobby Lobby today. I was in there earlier this week and I bought some fabric. And I went back in there today. Of course, it's all on sale. That's why I went back in there to get some more reds and stuff to make, like scarves and stuff for snowmen. But they also had a clearance section, so I got some really about 3 or 4 yards of one of the fabrics. I figured they were clearancing it out. Better get it while I can. Paint it up. That looks pretty good. Oh, yeah, they have some, they don't have, I think, don't think they have the selection that they used to have, but they still have a pretty good selection. Where I live here in Iowa, it's the only, other than what our Super Walmart, which isn't very big, they don't have a whole lot of fabric at all. So, you know, Hobby Lobby's the only other place, and so that's here in town that sells. Well, I take that back. There's a, hi Betty, how are you? There's a quilt shop here in town that sells fabric, but I'm sure it's a little more than I want to spend for crafts, because it's, you know, for quilts, and, you know, they want a pretty good quality material for a quilt. But, so I never go in there. So they may have a good selection, but, you know, for us, it's a pretty good selection of fabric. All the fabric I'm going to use tonight came from there. So. The last piece, and then I can start putting it together. Put way too much paint in this, and I put it back. I don't like wasting paint. In fact, I just placed an order with Nicole to get a couple of Christmas colors, so I'd have them for some things I want to do. So I'm going to kind of push these out of the way. This out of the way. Here. And I'm going to sand what's dry. Kind of. Fortunately, it dries pretty quick. And I'm going to give this birdhouse a quick little top coat of vintage lace, a little quick. I use 80 grit sandpaper when I sand. So I'm going to sand it up. Like I said, because I waxed it, it hardly takes any pressure to get that chippy look. It sands off pretty easy. All around the edges. At the bottom a little. See if I can do this without this light. That looks pretty good. That's what it's looking like. And I'll do the little roof and all the other little pieces. So the one I did before, I used that snow tack or artificial snow on it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that on this one. Hi Naomi, how are you this evening? Glad you all could join me. Pieces and parts sometimes are hard to hold. There's our little bird, one of our little birds. Get this other one. Does anybody have big plans for dinner tonight? We're making for those that are hopping on late, we're making a birdhouse. Well, hi everything from House and Home. How are you? Glad you could be here. That's what our little bird looks like. This is a little sign. I am good, Naomi. Had a good day, so I'm doing really good. These are tough little pieces of sand. It's been a while since I made this. I forgot how challenging these little guys could be. They're almost harder than the bigger ones. Okay, everything's been sanded. I'm gonna clean up my mess here best I can. And I'm just gonna do actually I'm gonna sand a little bit more down here. There we go. And I'm gonna do just a real light dry brush of the vintage lace on here. Not too much. Well, thank you for the hearts, guys. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the follow button. Come back and see me again. Sprinkle me out to your friends, your family. There we go. Just a light coat here. Nothing drastic. Kind of did this kind of fall colors. I thought would be, you know, since it is that time of year. So that's what that's looking like. And we'll hit the roof a little bit. This little piece. snow. There we go, just a little bit. That's that for that. Alright, now I am going to use this bottle. I think it's about, let me see, put this on here a minute. Because in here I'm going to paint, I think in black. I'm going to take this bottle, and this goes about here. Let's see, lay this out a minute. Sorry guys. I have to figure out where to put the little hole at for the little birds to go in. Kind of find a spot here. I'm going to use this bottle. See if this will work. And with a chalk pencil, I'm going to go around it, and then I'm going to paint this the crazy crow. In that little circle. This little brush right here probably work. The nice thing about, I've never taken toll painting classes. I don't know if you guys ever did. But when I found these books, these kind of pattern books, of course toll painting used to be really popular years ago. But I, having kids and stuff, I could never, either I didn't have the money or I didn't have the time to take a toll painting class, and I always wanted to. But I kind of stuck to more of the self-taught, real easy, primitive, dots for eyes, kind of simple. And I've always liked that, kind of that primitive look. It doesn't have to be perfect. Still trying to learn that. Oops. See, even with a circle drawn on here, I'm still not getting a very, very round circle. Alright, that's what it looks like. That will be where they can go in and have their nest. Now I have paint board. I'm going to dry that really quick so I don't stick my hand in it. Because that's what I would do, stick my hand in it. Alright. Now, actually I think I'm going to wait. I was thinking to put their eyes on, but I think I'm going to wait till I get them together because I still got some stuff. So I'm going to glue a little roof on. guys, I've got all of this goodness over here. Let's set this over here out of the way. This is a piece of the baby crib mattress covers. I bought 2 of them when I was doing these, and I had it for a long time, but I took it and I coffee stained it and baked it. That was one of the things I did the other day that my husband smelled. And this is going to go around these 2 little birds like a little blanket. So I'm going to glue these 2 little guys together to kind of help hold them in place. Kind of like so. Move it down a little. And this will go around kind of like this. I'll probably have to use a piece of jute rope and tie it together, but it'll be okay because I'm going to put a little button there. So that looks pretty good. So that's about, I think, where I want to glue them. So let's see, right about there. Hi, Sheila. How are you tonight? My prayers for you and your daughter, and thank you. I appreciate that. I need a piece of jute rope. We're gonna put their little noses on. I probably should have done that before dang it. Slide that over just a bit. I'd already messed up. That'll work. There we go. Go up there. Out there. Well, thank you. I have to re-glue that. Yep. I pulled it apart. I wasn't thinking I should have put their noses on first. Or their little beaks. Oh, my battery died. Hang on, guys. Hopefully. There we go. Over, just like this. Right in there, I think. Hi, Tabitha. How are you? You're just popping on me. I'm making a little birdhouse. I am going to glue this little blanket, or these birds, down just to hold it in place so I can get it tied off. And like I said, it'll be covered up because I'm gonna put a button there. Let's go the other way. See if I can hold it and tie the jute rope. See how talented I really am. Move that over just a little. Might have to glue that down so it's not in his face. But that's what they're looking like, just like that. Oh no. Uh-oh. Hello, you guys still there? Did I lose you? Can you see that? Sorry about that. Hi, Joanne. Sorry, guys. So I was going to take some pieces of fabric, just some little pieces, and make like little patches on this piece of fabric around them. They're a little blanket. And like I said, I got all of this fabric from Hobby Lobby. Put one here. Shred this a little. A little patch there. And maybe, I love this color. Nice and kind of bright fall looking colors. Sadie Hush. Sorry guys, my puppy wants to bark now all of a sudden. Let's see. I don't need a very big piece. There we go. Kind of want that corner there where it's got the stripe. Maybe one there. And this little yellow piece. Cut me one more. Maybe a little bit bigger on that other side. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys' support. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Right there, I think. It's been fun watching new creators and crafters and in the different events. It's been a lot of fun. Seeing everybody just come together and work together. I really enjoyed it. You're fine, Juju. Sorry, I don't know your name. I probably should. I try to remember everybody's names, but there's so many of them. It's hard to keep track. Come on. Oh, it's on there. How it's on there. Let's see. One more piece here. I may put some more on the sides over here, but that's what it's looking like so far. That's it. I'm going to tack that down out of that little bird's face. There we go. Now I can see his face. Cut that off. Then I got this big button. Like I said, a button's going to go there. And I'm going to thread a piece of this jute, maybe, through there. Tie a little knot. Darn it. Actually, I'm going to go this way. There we go. Turn that up just a little. And that's going to go right there. And about there. There we go. So that's what it looks like. Okay. All right, Julie, I'm sorry. That's okay. I'm sorry. Alrighty. Now, it's going to go down here, or they're going to go down here. But I'm going to take my little stylus, and I'm going to give them their little eyes. Of course, you're not going to be able to see my little black one's eyes because he's black. I need to put the glass back on. Alright. And now, I'm going to, these little scraps I hang on to. I have a little bag full of them now. I'm going to go about right there. Get some glue on it. Big old glob of glue on the back here. without burning myself. Right about there. And not putting my fingers in the ice and making a mess. There you go. And then we got our little sign. And we're going to attempt this. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm not really good with freehand, but we're going to give it a try. I'm thinking I might just use this as a fine point. Well, we'll do this for now. I can always go over it with black paint later. I'm not very good, so I don't know. The pen's dying on me. Uh-oh. Come on. We only got one more left. Maybe I have another one here. Of course it would quit working on me. So I had another one in here. Yep, I do. There we go. I don't know if you guys read that. It says snuggle in. Yeah. And it's just going to get glued at the top here. Like I said, I may take some paint and go over the top of it. And all it's going to need is a little hanger. So you can hang it up. Oh, no, forgot the Spanish moss. But I'm thinking there's not a whole lot of space. I may just leave it like that. What do you guys think? You think it needs some Spanish moss? Hi, Stella. Hi, Kelly. Think I should put the Spanish moss down there at the bottom? I can show you what the other one looks like with the Spanish moss if you like. What you think? Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. This is the one I did originally. This is what it looked like. This is the one I've had on my wall. Anyway, like I said, it has the, I think I used that Snow Tech snow. Now, I think I just lost, okay. Well, sorry guys, I'm losing my phone here. I know it's getting ready to die. But I thank you guys so much. And I'm going to, everybody that showed up tonight, I'm going to put in a bucket and I'm going to draw a name for some Happy Mail. So, yeah, sorry Tabitha. Anyway, my phone's getting ready to die. But I really appreciate all of you. And like I said, I'll put all your names in a bucket and draw a name for some Happy Mail. I will be on again Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. So I would love it if you come back and see me then. And remember, if you like what you see, hit that follow button and sprinkle me out. I really appreciate you guys tonight. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And thank you again for being here tonight. Bye.